Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome to an ELC double feature. It's been a while since I took a look at this fun little tank, so I decided it was about time. So I've dived into my pile of replays. I've got two for you. This is from Epic Rabbit 95. As we can see, it's my favourite map in the universe. And this is really good matchmaking for an ELC, like insanely good. This is the kind of matchmaking that chaffy drivers can only dream of. Now, this replay is a little derpy in places. There's a few, things like that, but that happens sometimes with replay files. So, Epic is, having started on the northern side, and this being encounter mode, is basically going to the TD spot, the medium/TD spot, because the ELC can act kind of as a TD in some circumstances, but the whole battle isn't going to be like that. I actually did look at another replay someone had sent me that I ultimately decided not to use, where basically they spent the entire battle doing that, just playing as a TD, and they did actually rack up quite an impressive damage score, but ultimately it wasn't that interesting to watch, so I elected to do something different instead. So here we go, he's in place, he's looking for targets as a T40, you see that long aim time, and pew. Bit of a low roll, but you know, it's damage, we'll take it. No sign of anyone yet. The ELC doesn't have a great view range, I think it's 330, but as you can see there, and somewhat unusually, Epic is using binoculars, and I don't think I've seen somebody using binoculars on an ELC before, but you know, you can do it. It's just not a particularly common sight. So there we go, KV1S, and if you've not played the ELC before, if you're curious about it, I mean, the reticle bloom on this thing, when you move the turret around, is absolutely horrendous, but that doesn't stop you sometimes being able to do the most hilarious drive-by shooting. So although obviously Epic is, you know, every time he fires it's there's a risk of being unmasked, clearly he's not been spotted yet, no idea what state his crew is in, but you know, whether he's got sixth sense or not, but if you get spotted, you generally soon know about it. Now, he may have been spotted. There was a shot landed near there. It might just have been someone taking a random pot shot. I don't know why this replay is so jerky, but it is. It's an 8.7 replay, I should say, so that might be something to do with it. Although I am using the What Replay Companion client data. Or is it even... It might be the saved client data. Some of them I've... You know, I think back to... It might even be back to 8.6. I actually have client data saved for myself. And why am I even talking about this? I don't know. Nobody cares about client data. Anyway, yeah, the reaction times. He really wanted that M7, but someone else got there first. But that M7 lasted a surprisingly long time. Now, look at the situation now. 3-6. The remaining tanks, apart from artillery, are all in the northwest corner. But they're sort of in control of the cap. So, Epic is, again, being more in the mobile TD role than in an actual proper scouting role, but the alpha of this gun is, there we go, kill secured. And there's stuff in the forest there, and he could just whiz in, but there's no one really to support him if he does that. So he's relying on his stealthy camo, you know, he's relying on not being spotted, basically. Oh, Cromwell. No, this Cromwell's going to be a bit of a pancake, fortunately. I have noticed on this map sometimes that if you start in the north, you can sometimes, I mean, it doesn't always work out that way, but sometimes you can just virtually ignore the forest and use the terrain if there's no artillery, or if the enemy artillery isn't very good. Oh, that's unfortunate ricochet. Fortunately, like I said, this Cromwell, look at this Cromwell is a pancake. Wow, that derp. You could easily, in a Cromwell, he could have just kept going. He could have tried to ram Epic, which is clearly what Epic had in mind. He was taking evasive manoeuvres, and that was actually friendly fire there. And now the Cromwell is actually running away from an ELC. So that's very lucky for Epic, because Epic can just chase this guy down, knowing that he's not really a threat. He's not even trying to fire back at Epic. He's just... I don't even know. So now we're 8-9. Things are a lot more even. And a big thing in this team's favour is that we've got a KV1S left alive. However, he's not exactly in the best spot. But it looks like, with the exception of the Jackson and the Panzer III, Everyone else is camped on the one line, and it's pretty much tank destroyers, so this potentially is good for Epic. And there we go, using that mobility to great advantage, coming round the house, and pow! As an SU-85, he was looking this way, and oh, ouch, yes. Good thing that wasn't a Hellcat, or you know, even though it doesn't exactly have much armor, it actually, in this kind of situation, certainly the ELC has got enough hit points to take 1 or 2 hits, but only 1 or 2. So, judging those moments when is it worth taking a hit can be quite tricky. So he's going to pull up, and this is sort of risky, but he's banking on their focus being elsewhere, which it is, because there's the KB-1S and the T-34 there. So he was able to pop up, and I don't think he was even fully aimed there. Oh, T-28, who doesn't have the top gun. Okay, that's the Hellcat down. Might as well get a bit more damage in now, and there we go. On the move, not fully aimed. Someone else gets him. And T-34, Panzer III, and RT left. Look at that aim time. So, we know where the gorilla was. Chances are someone else will nail it first, but you never know, it's worth a shot. I've seen people troll RT. Oh, there it is. And oh, that's really lucky that that actually hit, because that was the size of the reticle there. That is really, really lucky. Now that Panzer III has not been seen for a while, since they were last spotted in the forest. So chances are they are just hiding in the forest and waiting for the this team to cap, or they're hoping this team will cap. But Epic's having none of that. There's more damage to be done, damn it. And the Hellcat, the VK, also want to, you know, get a slice of the action if they can. It's a bit more hit points to nom on, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Epic can get there first. So once again, yeah, this replay's a bit derpy. Some replay files are like this, and I've yet to ever really figure out why. I think it's just an artifact of the actual replay system, the way that the game saves replays. But hey, I'm not going to complain. The replay system in World of Tanks is fantastic compared to War Thunder, which is oh, there we go, Panzer III. Oh, see that miss. It's just a matter of if you don't have exactly the right version of the game in War Thunder, and they update so often. And there we go. He actually didn't manage to get any damage there on that guy. But yeah, War Thunder replays definitely much less good than World of Tanks replays. So let's have a quick look at the scores before we move on to the second one, and it is a pretty nice result. I mean, he's got twice as much XP as the next best person. He's actually done twice as much damage as the next best person, and that's why that was absolute dream matchmaking for an Epic. Well, it was for Epic Rabbit. For an ELC is what I was going to say. He also got patrol duty because he was just whizzing around, and people were doing damage to stuff that he was lighting up. So not only did he get the 2500, nearly 2600 damage, but he also had 1900 assistance, so spotting and tracking damage as well. Although actually no, this would have been just pure spotting, because 8.7, I don't think assistance damage was in the game at that point. I can't remember, but I don't think it was. Also, nearly 4 kilometers driven, you know, it's an ELC. So that was pretty good. We'll move on to the next replay now, which is, I'm going to be charitable. I'm going to say it's not particularly, it's not that it's a good match. In fact, it's actually a really derpy match, but you will hopefully be amused by what happens in it. And here we are, part 2. This is a rather different sort of replay. The first one was all about what the ELC can do when it has free reign to use that mobility, because this thing is such an amazing whizzy little machine. And the matchmaking also meant in that last one that there was quite a lot of damage to be had. Epic did a pretty good job in terms of actually hitting stuff. There were some very lucky shots in there as well, of course, but yeah, this one is not so much going to be about the damage done. Oh no. So, fly, nice fly. May the Schwartz be with you. Yeah, okay. Spot the Mel Brooks fan. But yeah, he's actually in a platoon with a tennis fencer, who I guess he's a friend of his. They're in ELCs, both of them. And, well, you may or may not be aware, if you've been watching the stream long enough, watching my channel long enough, that a platoon of ELCs, yeah, there's potential for trolling indeed. Unfortunately, it's not going to be that sort of a video. So he's looking to get some early spots, basically. There's an enemy scout there, 3NA, and Flying is just... I think he's trying to see if he can get a shot, but he's not really well placed. And he has to go a bit forward, and yeah, he tries to fire anyway, because at that point you might as well. It was a little undignified, and that's, yeah, the ELC... gun depression is not a thing that happens to the ELC, but it doesn't so much matter. So, back into position, and... You'll notice this time, no spotting equipment that we know of. He might have something like optics or something, but oh yeah, okay, that's a VK, a Tiger, and a T20, and there's literally him. There's a Panzer Souffle getting into position on the corner, but he is literally this entire flank. You can already see how this team is shaping up. There's a couple of stuff near the cap, but almost everybody is on the 2-3-4 line. It's not really. It's not looking good. There's no one defending this flank at all, apart from this lone Panzer Souffle, and it's the case that there's not really significant opposition by the cap either. So this is looking like they're just going to rush round to the cap, and they're going to win by cap, or else they'll sweep round and kill everybody. But yeah, it's one of those times when most of the team is apparently just not looking at the minimap, or else they don't care, they just consider it to be someone else's problem, and then act terribly surprised when it's a crushing defeat. So here we see Flying is, well, you might wonder, what is he doing? Well, he's basically trying to spot. Now, I would guess maybe he's got optics or something, but that's why he's pointed, that's why he's got his bum showing. So he can pull forward quickly when he does spot something, because the point where he spots something, it's likely that he's going to get spotted as well. He can't really do much though. I mean, he's trying to help out this this tank destroyer by maybe giving him some spotting, but there we go. That guy puts in one shot, but there's too many of them. There's at least 3 that we know of. There may even be more. So yeah, it's a case of whichever way he goes now. The VK, there's the Tiger, the T20. He might be a bit screwed either way. So there's the Tiger coming up, so yeah, 1 is preferable to 2, so he decides to go and see if he can do some damage against the T20. Now, these guys actually are in a platoon, so it's no wonder that they all pushed up together, but oh! Now that was a shot that went at the tracks. Okay, that was pretty lucky. That can happen sometimes, especially if you've got the enhanced track module on the ELC, which is not a bad choice. A bad choice? Bad choice. Uh-oh, SU-100, but... Again, that went in the tracks. Are we seeing a theme developing here? Round again. See if we can maybe troll the T20. T20 was, yep. And there we go. The T20 misses that time. And Flying, woohoo! That's the SU. Flying breaks off at this point. The SU is kind of looking his way. The T20's not moving though. And again in the track. Okay. Apparently, Flying's tracks were exerting some kind of magnetic force field that was... Look at that! He gets tracked by the SU-100. Again in the track! Again! Now he's used his repair kit already. So he's a bit stuck here. And, now that's a bit fatal. Now we got the guy, but I would have gone forward rather than back. But, once again, in the tracks. Can you see where this theme is going now? Now the T20 actually, you know, that's the first time he's taken any damage at all. The VK and the 3002 are, he's dead, are pretty much on their cap, but it's kind of, it's a very yin and yang battle this. They didn't go to the beach and we didn't go to the eastern flank. So they're approaching our cap, but we're approaching their cap, and this could be close. There's still a chance we could win this, but... Okay, 12-7. It is now literally that one platoon that's left. So this is a win, right? We just cap, and that's fine. This is win. Well. This is one of those times where you just... And I imagine Flying was was feeling exactly the same. You sat staring in disbelief because you can't quite believe how it's going to end out. So it's 3 on the friendly cap, but dear, that's now 3 on the other cap. The Nashorn did not decap, and the SU-152 is not going to get there in time to decap. So basically it all comes down to the fact that that Nashorn was a pancake. And there we go. Draw. It's a draw. Because somebody didn't decap, even though on numbers the enemy team was clearly beaten because hardly anyone was defending that other flank. Complete wipeout. Anyway, that wasn't the point of that replay though. It was the absolutely absurd amount of luck that Fly-In was... what he got away with there. The number of shots in his tracks. You'll see there the scores, well, it was a draw. It wasn't terribly good. Fly-In actually didn't do much damage. He didn't do much spotting damage. But let's take a look at his potential damage. 1,980. And the ELC has got, what, 400 hit points? So, yeah. Those tracks, I want his tracks. That's all I'm saying. Those tracks are clearly OP and eat all of the shells. I don't think... I mean, I've seen some absurd stuff in an ELC before, but... I mean, that one, obviously, it's more sheer blind luck than everything else, but still, that was pretty funny, I thought. So there you go, a pair of ELC replays. Maybe not the most amazing games ever, but we had some... a good demonstration of what the ELC can do in with good matchmaking, and we also had some just sheer blind luck and utter derpiness on the part of that team as well. So yeah, hopefully this was entertaining, even if it wasn't maybe super amazing ELC ninja moves, because that's, you know, that's something also you can do in the ELC, but which also requires some luck. So if you liked this replay, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.